Hey guys, AlphaNine here. Welcome to this new video about the dev of the suite for the Dune Awakening self-hosted server. I just want to show you where I got with it and what it's capable of doing at the moment. We are, as you can see here, we are at version 0.4.4. First, I just want to show you that I added a theme picker where you can just go in here and check the theme that you like. And yeah, and also I added a user interface mode where you have advanced and simple. In simple, it will hide some notification panels, status panels. It's up to you. Now, as you can see on the left side, we have a dashboard, we have a live map, we have a players, give item, progression inspector, we have the server control, database, and server management. And for the tools, we have item database, which is like a catalog of the game's items where you can look for, items in there. We have a settings also. The settings are basically the suite settings, and we have admin tools, env setup, which is what the suite is reading its configurations from, logs, and diagnostics. Let's start with the dashboard. As you can see, we have server resources here. This will show you the CPU, the memory, the disk, and the network speed. So basically, you can see everything you need in here when it comes to the suite, to the server, to the connection. Simple. Now, if we go to when we start the suite, we need to go to the server control. From the server control, basically what we have is from here we can start the VM, we can start the battle group or the server, and also we have the map deployment. Let me start it so you can see what's going on. Excuse me. And as you can see now, it's running. And let's start the server. Ignore this stats because the suite is not able to read because the server is still off. So we start the server here, and as you can see, our maps just loaded. From here, the most important thing is the memory. We have a text box here where you can change the memory to whatever you need, but you need to be careful. We have a warning message here, says change map if memory limit if you know what you are doing. Settings the memory too low can make a map crash or fail to start. Setting it high can starve the VM and other maps. So you need to be careful with this, but it's doable. Let's see what's gonna happen with the battle group. It takes like 2 minutes to be fully running. Now, once you download the Suite exe and start running, it will ask you about a setup wizard where you should go through. And in there, if I go to the settings and open the wizard here, as you can see, this is the wizard. You go through the server settings, the database, and receiver. Now, some of those options, if you choose, there is a type of server you are running. So you have to choose. If you are running local or VM in Hyper, it will lock some settings, and those settings are related to the suite, not to your server. So you cannot change them. But yeah, this is the way it is. Now let's skip this. Let's check the server control again. It's starting up. Meanwhile, let's check other things. For example, the live map. We are still waiting the um, for the battle group to go up, and as you can see, now it's up. And right here, for now, I'm working on the player bases and vehicles. You can disable those from here. It will show you the location of everything. So yeah, you can see what's going on. Also, if everything is okay with the suite and the setup, if you click on your character, drag it to anywhere on the map, it will teleport. Of course, in here, live teleport should be enabled, and you need to put your player or controller ID in here. But once you click on it, it will read, as you can see. Now it's reading. This is for read only for the hydration. It doesn't matter now. The same applies for the deep desert. As you can see, nothing is there because no players is on there. But basically, simple as that. Let's check the player here. The player basically is showing you the players on the server and all the details about the players. For the give item, this is basically where things comes like interesting. In here we have a catalog of almost every single item in the game. Now, I know this might ruin some players, so if you don't like it, don't use it. Basically, why I did this, because some players were like asking about it, because some of them had like 2 or 3 characters above level 200 and they don't want to go through the same thing again, and they might just give their character some help to progress faster and so on. The option is here. It's up to you to use it or not. But basically, as you can see, this list, we have augments, we have items, we have weapons, we have vehicles, we have lots of things. If we go, for example, also, let's check the weapons. For example, I'm looking for a replica pulse sword. There it is. You can also I wouldn't choose the grade yet, but I would choose the tier to filter things, as you can see. Now my character is here, account 2. It should show you the account or the players list in here. So if nothing is here, you just need to wait for it to load, and once you have those in here, you can choose which character you want to send the sword or any item from here to the character. Basically, also you can go here and, for example, look for let's say pulse sword, and as you can see, it filters things more. If you click on the item, now it's selected. Let's check the give item itself. We have 2 modes: dry run and live give. I put the dry run as a default mode because it's more secure. If you are in a dry run and your server is not in the game, you can use this to give item. Once the character load out in the game, it will get the item in inventory. For the live mode, basically you just publish the live give and the character in game online will receive it as it looted something in the game. And this applies to all the items in here. Another nice thing I made, for example, if you check this part here, it says presets. For example, if I want to, for example, build a medium storage, I load out, I select the preset and then load it. And as you can see, you have the plastanium ingots, the spice millage, the silicon blocks. Now, you might not have this. You need to create it. What I basically did, I just go in here, look for, let's say, spice millage, make sure that you change tier. And as you can see, we have it in here. And what quantity do we need? 4. Now, this depends on the thing that you are trying to build. But basically, if you go to the quantity here, maybe set it like 200 or something. And instead of publishing live give or give item, you add it to the queue. Let me clean the queue and show you what I mean. For example, I want 200 spice, so I add it to queue. There we go. And I need, for example, plastinium ingots. I need 400. I add it to queue. And as you can see, we have 2 items. You can go on and go on. It's up to you. You have a status or notification panel here, tells you what's going on. And I go to this preset name. Of course, you will not have it, and you call it for whatever you need and save it. Now the preset will change in here. And you now have those items in the preset. If I change anywhere else, that will reset, but it will not reset the preset itself. Like if I choose something else and load, you need to load this because it will read it from, from a database. So you need to load it. There we go. And once you have this, you click on the give queue and you will have a pop-up here. Let's see. Maybe it will not work, or maybe it will, but let's change this and let's give the queue again. Okay, let's change for a refresh. Let's load and make sure we are in the live give and give the queue. There we go. Sometimes it's buggy, but it's still a beta. And in most cases, it should work perfectly. So send, you will need to confirm. For me, I would cancel. So this is about the give item here. Okay, guys, now if we check the progression inspector here, if you go and see that you have, all the players in the game, and if you look up this, basically it will tell you progression player found and all this, and then you will see the total XP earned, total skill points, the unspent skill points, the tech knowledge points, all whatever you have on your character. Now you might want to add, for example, some XP to your character. Let's change this. You need to change this if you want to make any progression on here. For example, let's put it like 8,000. I don't want to level up much, but just want to show you what's going on. And make sure that you have this advanced tick override allows, it's not for XP, but it should be ticked. Now, if I generate preview and it makes some backup, let's see what's going to happen. Let's extend this. And as you can see, it says preview generated and backup generated, and it will show you where the backup. Now, of course, this is not much. It's just showing you the diagnostic. It's not needed unless something goes wrong. And now, of course, for this to work, the character should be offline because this is gonna like um, write on database. So make sure always that you are offline. Now, if I copy this, or you might type it, I just don't want to type it. And as you can see, if I apply the live change, let's see what's gonna happen. Let's check in here. As you can see, live progression applies successfully. Now you will have whatever you changed in here in your character. And also make sure that you if you want to add like skill points, don't add them on the total, add them on the unspent, because that's how you will have them unspent and then you can spend it. This is for the progression. Now for the database, as you can see, everything is running. The database tunnel is running. This is the size of your database and all this kind of information you have. Also, you can create backup and you can import backup. As you can see, import readiness. This is telling you what's basically is working, which is not. You need to make sure that you have the tick like this is on each of those for the import to work. Of course, server offline, you need to turn off the battleground. And if you go here, you will find if you made some like backups, you just click on select for import and you go here, you type import and import battle group backup. This is how it works. For the server management, we have this another feature here. This is where you can change your server settings. It's still not fully. I mean, there are still some features that still coming, but this is what we have. We have the harvest yield. You can change that, the spice, the refining speed, all this kind of stuff for the PvP settings. And yeah, one of the best here is death drops. You can set it to none, and whatever you die, you will not lose anything. I made this for as a request for some players because most of the time they are solo excuse me, and they are doing some dungeons and they die. They don't want to run back and grab that lost items. For the environmental setup, you can set the deep desert reset, the warm progression, aggression, all this kind of information. You can set it the way you want. For the item database, this is only a small database that will show you what you have in game. And for example, if you don't know the name of the item that you want to be getting in the give item, you can check the item database. We said what the settings is basically showing you the battle group. Is it healthy? Is everything running okay? And some settings in here. For the admin tools, this is still experimental, and it basically gives you the permission on some buildings, some stuff. I wouldn't be using this yet, but it's there, but still experimental. For the ENV setup, this will show you the whole setup of the the configurations that you are using for your server and all this kind of stuff. And we have logs and diagnostics. Diagnostics is basically where you test things, and you see the logs, the suite logs, the receiver, the launcher, and the admin audit. So yeah, basically this is the 0.4.4 beta. I will leave the link to download this in the description, and also we have a Discord support here. If you want to join my Discord and have a chit chat, or if you need some support or help setting this up, would be so glad to help you. And of course, we have this support on Coffee for those who want to show some some support. Feel free to use this. And yeah, this is it for this, and we'll be like making a new videos when more um features come in. At the moment, I'm working for a web portal, so you can basically control your server from any client, just opening the web browser, but it's not ready yet, so it's gonna take a bit of time and then will be released. So for now, this is the video and this is what I have. I hope you find it useful and enjoy it. Make sure to subscribe, follow me on Twitch, and until next time, stay safe, keep playing, and we'll see you the next one. Peace.